I'm so excited you guys are here. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, I highly encourage you to because today we're doing a continuation. We started doing this neurolinguistic programming exercise, which basically leads us to understand and reprogram the way that our thoughts, language, and behaviors are interacting. The purpose of this is to shift our mindset, our emotional responses, and our results, which basically consisted on identifying our limiting beliefs and our current thoughts regarding our body, weight loss, fat loss, and food. So from last episode, we basically, or at least I did, concluded that yes, I want to lose 20 pounds, but at the same time, I was able to identify that my desire to lose weight was also my desire to be accepted, loved, and safe. So we are going to do exercise number 2 based on our response from exercise 1. So let's get started. The goal is basically to shift from a control perspective to a connection perspective. And this will help us reparent our attachment system, which was something we also discussed last episode. For this exercise, we're doing 4 questions. Question number 1, what do I want? The first thing that comes to mind to this question is, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 pounds. I was able to identify that I'm looking for the sensation of a smaller body. Your answer to that question is okay. There is no shame with wanting to lose weight. And this is something that I've personally struggled. I always thought that I was wrong for wanting to lose weight, which was very conflicting because I also thought not wanting to lose weight was wrong. I felt like I have to love myself. That's what everyone is telling me. I have to love and accept myself. But if I love myself and I accept myself, why would I want to change my body? Why would I want to lose weight? Now, if you add all my experience with weight and my dad and food, of course, losing weight feels so intense. I never approached weight loss for health purposes. It was always to earn love. So there's still like this toxic dynamic or understanding with weight loss. Moving on. Question 2. Question 2 might be different for you guys depending on what you answered, but basically, what emotions do I think I'm going to feel once I lose weight? This was my answer. I think I will feel energetic. I will feel like a child. I would look and feel good all the time. I can even sense the rush of dopamine, of adrenaline whenever I think of losing weight. Jokes would be funnier, food would taste better, life would be more enjoyable. I would feel good about my body while I was exercising. I would feel carefree. So, based on my answer, I could basically summarize it to the following 3 points. Number 1, I want to feel alive, playful, light, and free. Number 2, I want to be able to exist without self-surveillance. And number 3, I want to be allowed to exist without shame. And here's the hard truth. Sometimes weight loss doesn't even make you feel like that. Because yes, I'm right now around my heaviest weight, craving to lose weight, wanting to lose weight. But when I was 20, 30 pounds lighter, I kept thinking that I had to lose weight. I kept thinking that I had 10, 20 more pounds to lose. I kept thinking that once I was able to lose that weight, I would feel better. So how come right now I'm looking to weight the same that I was weighing at that moment in my life, but in both moments I was feeling the same way? Will weight loss really help me feel better if I've been feeling like this ever since I was a child? Ever since I was weighing 110 pounds? Question number 3. How do you want to get there? What kind of journey would feel safe and supportive for you? So for this question, I broke it down to 3 different questions just to kind of like get a deeper or expanded answer, if that makes sense. So question number 1 would be, what kind of voice do you want guiding you? My response was, a voice that gives me peace, that doesn't make me alert, a voice that I can sense will be compassionate with me, a voice that talks to me with love and kindness, like if I was a child. So basically, everything I didn't have when I was a child. I'm basically looking for the voice that is the complete opposite of my dad's voice. And something I identified last week or last episode was my voice, the thoughts that I have are my dad's because I internalized his voice. In other words, I want to change my entire inner dialogue. Second question, what kind of pace? I feel like this is very important question, especially for me, or if you've ever felt the urge to lose weight. Because when you feel the urge to lose weight, it literally feels like I have to lose so much weight by this amount of time. So I've always felt when I was a kid, when I was going to the doctor every month, I would feel I have to lose at least 5 pounds this month. before I go to the doctor in 2 weeks. So I feel like it's very important to understand what kind of pace will actually feel supportive, because if I'm just rushing myself, I won't feel supportive. My answer was, I don't want to be rushed. I want to actively work on it, but not in an overwhelming way. I want to find out what works for me and what doesn't. Then, question number 3 was, what kind of habits or intentions would actually feel good, not just right? So for example, when you're trying to lose weight and you're like fixating on it, a habit that might feel right based on your goal is possibly counting calories. Or maybe, I don't know, it's doing like high intensity workouts so you can burn the most calories. And although those habits are not bad habits, they might be triggering you, causing you stress, which leads you to gain weight. So perhaps a habit that will make you feel a little bit better and will allow you to lose weight is not tracking calories, but instead being mindful of what you eat. Instead of, oh, I'm gonna do high intensity workouts because that burns the most calories, you can go out for a walk, do low impact workouts that make your body feel better, that lower your cortisol levels, and give your body permission to work efficiently enough to lose weight. And this is something that I've talked multiple times in therapy. The moment I stop having so much stress in my life, whether external or internal, in my case, it's mostly internal stress, that's the moment where my body will feel more at peace and will be able to work more efficiently. And that's when I will be able to see the most weight loss. So my answer for this was habits that are proven to make the body feel better. So actions that, even without me saying, my actions are reflecting respect towards my body. Exercise that makes my body feel good. Food that nourishes me and tastes good. Also receiving constant compliments, and compliments that are not centered around body or food. While growing up and even after moving out of my house, since love was basically tied to my performance around food, I felt like I was only being good if I followed the diet, if I exercised, if I didn't have any cravings. And that is so limiting, because what if I did amazing in a test or an exam? Was I suddenly wrong just because I missed a workout? Even if I got an amazing grade at my exam? I may not be in my ideal weight, but what if my hair looks really good? Do I deserve a compliment only if I fit in a certain size of jeans? I want to be able to be in an environment where I get compliments that are not around my body or food, because I am so much more than what I look like and what I eat. So something to summarize that third question broken into 3 different questions is basically, I want to be able to experience change without punishment. So for the final step of this exercise, we're almost done. You basically want to anchor your new desire and your identity. You want to become someone who consciously chooses this mindset and this emotional energy. And you basically want to bring this mindset and this emotional energy into your journey of losing weight. So instead of approaching weight loss with punishment for eating, with consequences for eating or missing a workout, shame or criticism or guilt, you want to approach this with compassion, with compliments, with understanding. Because at our core, we're not looking for weight loss, we're looking for safety. So we want to be able to lose weight while we are loving ourselves, while we are accepting ourselves. Because here's the thing, you don't want to shame yourself for wanting to lose weight. It's okay to want to lose weight. And I don't want to be someone who shames myself or shames other people for wanting to lose weight. I think it's natural. The key is to find the balance. If you want to approach this journey focusing entirely on love, acceptance, and safety, it might feel good for a moment, but because you've been thinking about a weight loss most of your life, it will be triggering because it won't feel safe. Now, if you only focus on weight loss entirely without thinking about safety, love, or acceptance, it will bring you back to your old mindset. And yes, you will lose weight, maybe, if you're not that stressed, but if you're fixating, you probably are, but you will lose weight. But even after losing weight, you will be wanting to lose more weight because at the core, you're looking for love, not weight loss. So the key is to balance both weight loss and that emotional connection we're looking with ourselves. If we do this journey with that mindset, we will be able to meet our emotional needs while practicing habits that lead to weight loss. So both of our desires, emotional and physical, will be accomplished with a mindset that helps us feel good about ourselves. You cannot change your body with hate. I don't know how the phrase goes. I think it's like, you cannot hate your body into change, something like that. So we are worthy even while we're trying to lose weight. We are not worthy only when we lose weight. We are worthy the entire process. So we are worthy before, during, and after weight loss. Now, you're gonna write the statement, I am becoming the version of myself who, and you're going to answer. I will share my answer just in case you want to use it for like inspiration or guidance. So I wrote, I am becoming the version of myself who is kind to her body, respects her body and her body's needs, eats with presence, free of guilt and shame, finds joy in food and movement, knows that she deserves unconditional acceptance, love, and safety, chooses softness over shame, is proud of herself, loves herself unconditionally, lives like she already deserves joy because she does. So now you're going to write a reparented goal statement, and this goes hand in hand with what we talked about last episode. You want to basically reparent that attachment system that led you to believe that you need to earn love, you need to earn acceptance, you need to earn safety. So we are going to reparent this with a statement. In order to make your statement, you have to use the answers that you gave for the questions for this exercise. Your statement can be as long or as short as you want it to be. I will give you an example of a short statement just so you can have an idea of how to write yours. So, I want to lose fat in a way that feels sustainable and loving towards my body. I want to feel lighter emotionally. I want to approach this goal with grace, allowing time and softness without rushing or self-judgment. Progress for me will look like choosing actions that reflect care, not control. This goal is no longer about earning love, it's about living like I already have it. This is just an example. My goal will probably be longer and a little bit more specific. I do encourage you to be very specific in yours. Instead of just saying, I want to lose weight, tell yourself, I want to lose this specific amount of weight. As you're specific with that, also be specific with what you want to feel. Ideally, this is something that you're going to read every single day. Read it when you wake up. Read it before going to sleep. Whenever you get a negative thought, read the statement again. The goal of this statement is to reparent our attachment system, is to fight all the limiting beliefs that we have within ourselves. So if I feel like, oh, I need to lose weight ASAP, I will read this statement. If I have a craving and I feel guilty, I will read this statement. The reason you're obsessing over weight is because you grew up obsessing over weight, and you have basically repeated to yourself that you have to think about weight over and over and over again. So we're going to do exactly that with a different message. We're going to repeat and affirm multiple times how we want to feel, how we want to achieve it, and why it would work. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I feel like it was very helpful. Just the fact that you're doing this exercise means so much for yourself because you're taking active steps to become that version of yourself that is kinder, more compassionate, more understanding, and loves themselves. So applause to you, applause to me. I'm proud of us. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Mwah! God bless you guys.